What's up, Previews World? It is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day, which means it's time for Previews World Weekly. I almost knocked my computer down.
Off to a good start.
I am one of your hosts, the formerly grumpy Troy Jeffrey Allen, and I'm hanging out with
your other host, Ashton Greenwood, aka the Duchess of Free Comic Book Day. You're a reformed grump?
I'm reformed grump now. I was like, Troy, just let it go. Star Wars is never going to be what you want it to be. It's okay.
Oh, man. That's a lot to come to peace with.
I know, right? There was definitely some existential aspects of that conversation with myself. But you know what is going to be consistent in our lives?
Free Comic Book Day.
See, that was good. You liked it? Come on, that was good, right?
That was a good one.
Okay, come on.
I appreciated that.
How many days till
17.
Okay.
Coming up on the 2-week mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost time.
Okay. Are you still doing, I should know this, but are you still doing interviews right now?
No, they're all up on the site.
Okay. All right, but you can catch them if you haven't caught them already. Yeah. And as always, I'm going to remind you guys.
May 6th.
There you go.
May 6th.
We're
in sync
It's like a tandem bike.
Wow.
That's what's going on right now. I like it. What is up with this thumbnail? You introduced this nonsense to us.
I did. This is probably my favorite thing I saw all weekend, which is Chris Evans is in discussions to star in a Hungry Hungry Hippos movie adaptation.
How did this come to pass?
The plot is apparently he will play the father of a girl trying to free
That's already just too much.
a bunch of captured hippos.
Already, I at least expect you to say he will be one of the voices of the hippos.
He will be a hippo. No, he's going to be the father of a girl on a mission of environmental equity, freeing captured hippos.
Yeah, so there's an environmental aspect to this.
But the plot of Hungry Hungry Hippos, the game, is to eat as much as you possibly can and fight with your friends.
Right, yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you gotta have to give it an environmental spin these days. Maybe.
If there's no accusations of your friends cheating, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. This reminds me of. We're going to talk about cocaine hippos in a second.
Okay.
We're going to get into
my
that.
favorite topic.
But it actually reminds me now because you meant the environmental equity thing, right?
Yeah.
I saw Cocaine Bear, and I watched it. Half of it's funny. And then half of it tries to be fair to the Cocaine Bear.
Oh, that's.
And I feel like that's where it kind of loses itself.
Yeah, for
sure.
Like
it tries to be like anti-animal cruelty. I not outwardly, but it kind of felt that way. And I'm like, no, the bear has to die.
That's not what any of us wanted.
Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, and that made me think of when you said, environmental equity. I was like, okay, that's probably what this.
Come on, it's Elizabeth Banks' movie about a bear doing cocaine. Why are you trying to make commentary? Just let it be what it is.
Just let it be what it is. Let it go. Go full slasher. Right. The bear eats a bunch of people and then you have to kill the bear. It's okay. Jaws blew up in the end. We didn't complain about that.
That is true.
Literally blew Jaws up.
They roofied a tiger in The Hangover. It is what it is.
Didn't actually roofie a tiger. I want to point that out. But yes.
Yeah.
Can you explain the cocaine hippos thing, please? This is not part of the show, but it was a conversation we had right before the show. Now I want a full explanation for what's going on.
Okay, so we were talking about the Hungry Hungry Hippos thing, and I felt like it was my time to make sure Troy and Johnny knew about the cocaine hippo epidemic going on in Colombia, because it's a fiasco.
Interesting.
Right, so during Pablo Escobar's, the height of his reign in the 80s, he purchased 4 hippos for funsies, because he could.
You're right, yeah.
And then he got arrested and went to jail, and they didn't really know what to do with the hippos, so they just released them into the wild. They've now populated significantly to anywhere between 130 and 160 hippos. They're not sure. They're wreaking havoc on the environment. It's creating a problem. Their population could balloon to 1,500 hippos in the next 20 years if they don't fix it. So they're gonna deport some of them to Mexico and India, or translocate, I guess, is not as mean as deporting hippos.
Okay, all right.
But the most hilarious part here is before they decided to translocate these hippos, they attempted to control the population with contraceptive darts.
Which is basically sterilization, right?
They're trying to sterilize these hippos from a distance. Did not work.
So, I guess, maybe you don't know this, but the darts landed. It's just that the hippos are just impervious
Massive.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that also makes sense. It's how effective can that be? That's hilarious.
You would need an enormous, massive contraception dart.
Oh, wow. We were joking about what if they were blow darts. I think that would be hilarious. And like, I'm wondering, I want to see the comedy of errors that comes from this. Like, I think that's in a movie in itself for sure.
If they did this the first time and it wasn't blow darts, I think they should just try it again with blow darts this time.
Give it a shot, guys. Don't give up. Don't give up. Got to start the cocaine bears. Also, cocaine hippos.
Also the cocaine bears.
Also the cocaine bears. Also got to point out, hippos did not do cocaine. That is actually not part of the story.
Oh yeah, that does feel critical to explain.
Right. Kind of feel like we buried the lead a little bit. All right.
We have a couple people commenting already.
I was actually going to say, Johnny, do we have any comments?
Guys, we're on track.
Annie Fox
today.
is here saying hello.
What's up, Annie?
Hey, Annie.
And then she actually has a question. She's saying, how do you know week to week which comic or comics will immediately sell out before you get to your local comic shop?
That is a tough one. I mean, you got to call your shop ahead.
That's a toughie. You could order it through Pull Box, and then you would be guaranteed a copy.
Yeah, you would at least be guaranteed to reserve a copy.
Yeah.
A reserved copy. You can also get a pull box at your local comic shop. That's also another option for yourself as well. But yeah, and also you can just call ahead and just be like, hey, reserve this for me.
I want it.
But I say the safest bet is to pull box or get a pull box, one of the two. I think that's always a good option. If your store doesn't participate in Previews World pull box, get a pull box.
Yeah.
There you go. It's real simple.
Mystical Green Beanie is channeling his inner his inner Jeff Goldblum saying, life finds a way.
Thank you, Mystical Green Beanie.
Contraceptive darts have nothing on those hippos.
They have nothing on those hippos. Very amusing. All right, let's get into what's at comic shops. Of course, it is Wednesday's New Comic Book Day, so we have our picks this week, and then we're going to show you guys some new stuff as well. So check it out. Moving my body armor off camera because they don't pay for advertising on this show.
He says as he names the brand.
I did. There you go. Well, orange mango.
Okay, what are we doing?
All right. I guess, Johnny, you should go first.
I don't have a pick.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No, we're going to start with Troy today.
I just fell for that. Anyway. All right. Remember when you said a couple of weeks ago, I think we were talking about the Daredevil comic, and you said Captain America never lets anybody have any fun?
I do remember that, yeah.
Right. Well, he's doing everything in his power to back up your claim.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Squash the fun.
My pick this week is Punisher number 11. Punisher is so good. And I was one of those people when they changed his when they changed his symbol, the skull symbol on his chest, I was sort of like, oh God, here we go. But it's a great story. It's a great reason for it. And Jason Aaron has just been rocking and rolling. Also Jesus Saez on artwork has also been great. Basically, long story short, let's do the thing where I explain.
Oh, I'm ready.
A comic book plot.
It's been a minute.
Punisher has become the leader of the Hand, and they've kind of coaxed him into becoming leader of the Hand by resurrecting his dead wife.
Necromancy never works out.
Necromancy never works. We've seen this so many times. And so, he's gone along with it, and he thinks that he can use this to continue his war on crime, right? But it's the Hand. They're an evil cult organization that, resurrects dead bodies and has ninjas at their disposal. They're just not good.
He's fighting crime by being the head of a crime syndicate?
Yes, kind of.
Makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense. But I mean, at the same time, in his defense, he went after some pretty big game, and I think almost successfully beat a very major character who I will not give away in the Marvel universe. And that in itself was really fascinating. But he has become conflicted about his role.
Imagine that.
Right? Especially since now he's starting to realize that maybe his wife isn't all there.
Yo, crazy how that happened.
Right. Necromancy never works. And so to top it all off, now Captain America shows up. And of course Captain America's you can't do that. That's wrong. It's bad. So, yeah. The fun thing about this, just looking at the cover for Marvel fans, right? We know for a fact that Frank Castle doesn't have a lot of respect for the superheroes in the Marvel universe. Not interested in a lot of them. Kind of hates a lot of them. Has a weird, begrudging respect with Daredevil that may not always end in physical violence. But he respects Captain America because they're both veterans, long story short, right?
That makes sense.
So it's going to be really interesting to see that conflict kind of play out here, like Captain America versus Punisher as leader of the Hand. Punisher number 11. This book has been a lot of fun month to month. And there was a little break. I think there was a 2-month break where the book didn't come out, and I was sad. I was sad because I was I need my my torment and violence.
Yeah.
And Punisher supplies that for me. Where is it? But yeah, highly recommend if you're not reading it. Get over the internet. The symbol change happened, but it resulted in a great story. So whatever, it's all good. What is your pick this week?
My pick this week is The Cult of That Wilkin Boy from Archie Horror.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
I'm actually curious about this too, yeah.
So I feel like I need to say it again, although I say it every time I pick an Archie Horror book. These are some of the best stories Archie tells, period. So the naming convention I want to point out is a reference to That Wilkin Boy, which was Bingo's original story published by Archie Comics from 1969 through 1982. Okay. And he's sort of like a companion piece to Archie and his pals. He's in like the next town over. And he's really similar to Archie in that he's like kind of a goon, messes things up, accident prone, and interested in the girlies. So two really important things I need to point out about That Wilkin Boy. One, he is Bingo, famously Jughead's cousin.
I was about to say,
when
right.
we read Jughead the Hunger showed up and was like, hey, Jughead, trying to eat people?
People, right, that's right. Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of that book.
And then the other thing is he's the lead singer of his own rock band, the Bingos, which is sort of like a counterpiece to the Archies.
Okay.
And that takes us to here, which is the Bingos are like super famous, incredibly like world-renowned band, and Bingo as their lead singer is like the it boy, and he's got all of this like clout and influence, and he's an icon, but it turns out he's also an iconoclast, which is not great, not good news. And so he's kind of like manipulating his fans to do his evil bidding, and he's creating this cult to wreak havoc and just be evil. I'm not sure what the outcome is, what they're trying to accomplish with this cult, so I'll have to read it to figure it out, but it's a great idea.
It is.
And like a lot of these things, like they're always kind of trying to say something about it, so this one's about like the price of fame and how much of yourself are you willing to sell for that influence and all of that.
Okay, all right. No, actually that's one of my, I feel like there's been a steady stream of stories about rock gods who like are like on the edge of the occult.
Yes.
I don't know, like I feel like we've seen a couple of books like that as of late, and I find them all fascinating.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm way into this. Also, I'm a big fan. I've mentioned this before. Cult documentaries. I love cult documentaries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
so Archie cult documentaries. I'm in. Count me in. Count me in.
Cousin Bingo.
Cousin Bingo. You had me at Cousin Bingo, actually.
Right.
And so of course that's not all at your local comic shop. We're gonna jump over to Anna Mia, use her birth name instead of her cosplay name.
Her government name.
Her government name. Anna Mia, who's gonna show you what's at comic shops this week, and when we come back, some news. How about that?
Hey everyone, Mia here, and I'm going to give you a look at some of the awesome titles that you can find at your friendly local comic shop for the week of April 19th, 2023. And that's just some of what you can find at your friendly local comic shop. To find a shop near you, visit comicshoplocator.com.
Actually, are you a big like Power Rangers person?
No.
I'm not either, but I know that there's a live action reunion movie or something on Netflix this week.
Oh, okay.
Has this completely passed you by?
Yep.
It's all over my feed. And I mean, this is proof that the algorithm
Missed it.
the algorithm chooses you. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. I saw the Boom Power Rangers thing, and I was a little curious if anyone watching has seen the new Power Rangers. I'm assuming it's a movie. There
used to be a girl that worked in retailer services, and she was a big Power Rangers fan, and I asked her to explain the plot to me one time, and it was so wacky. I was like, no, oh, never mind, I'm okay.
No. I will openly admit I've never quite understood the Power Rangers. I was also one of those kids in the way back in the '90s where like Power Rangers came on the horizon. I was like, no, X-Men.
Decline Power Rangers. Go
Not
home.
interested. Get that out of here. So yeah, it just kind of passed me by. That's okay. I think we both are anyway. All right, so we got some interesting new stuff. Like, let's get into this because there's a new company on the horizon and some other video game related stuff too on top of that, and then more, and then some in a retirement. So yeah, let's get into it. News time.
Ma, I want the news. What's she doing back there?
Ma, the meatloaf.
That was good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much, Johnny. Thank you.
That was some of your best work, Johnny.
Makes me want to revisit Napoleon Dynamite. All right, what's in the news this week, Ashton?
Yes, there is a new publisher kind of making their way called Distillery, headed up by the former Comixology executives David Steinberger and Chip Mosher. And they have two goals here with Distillery. They want to create a more equitable platform for creators, and they want to bring an element of collecting to digital comics. Both of these are really interesting.
Yeah.
So they're taking kind of a founding creators approach, and some of kind of the big players here, Scott Snyder, James Tynion, Mirka Andolfo, Joel Jones, Brian Azzarello, and a bunch more. But this founding creators concept is interesting because in addition to these creators retaining the full rights to their work, similar to the Image Comics approach, these creators also get an equity stake in the company. So they're setting aside, the company's setting aside 3% of its equity over the first 3 years to be distributed among its founding creators. So they own a part of the company in addition to owning their work.
Yeah, right, which is actually kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing here with the collectability of digital comics is the new issues from Distillery will only be sold for a limited time. So there's like a finite amount of time you can purchase like an original copy.
A digital copy.
An original digital copy.
Okay.
And then from that point on, owners can sell and trade their books on a digital marketplace. Distillery said they're going for a StubHub for comics approach.
Oh wow, I haven't heard StubHub in a while. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Actually, Johnny, can you scroll down to the names listed here? Because I know Ashton said there were some heavy hitters, but there really are some heavy hitters in here, like for sure. Jimmy McKelvey, Mark Bernardin, Lee Garbey, who actually, I didn't know he did Spider-Man, actually. I want to see him on Spider-Man. That would have been great. Brian Azzarello, Becky Cloonan-Jock, Stephanie Phillips, Elsa Cartier, Joel Jones, Mirka Andolfo, Ram V. These are like probably some of the bigger names in comics in the last, I want to say, last 6 or 7 years. So definitely very interesting, and we'll see if it's the Comixology killer. We'll see.
That'd be wild.
I don't know. Well, I guess in order for it to be the Comixology killer, it'd have to get a bunch of the existing publishers over to it, but it looks like they're focusing on original content. But it looks like it might all be interesting.
Doesn't look like it's trying to recreate Comixology. I didn't get that vibe.
No, as I said that, I was like, maybe not. What else is going on?
Also, didn't Comixology kill itself?
I mean, it didn't kill itself. It's just Amazoning. It's doing the Amazon.
It is Kindle.
It is, yeah. It's just Kindle now, and it's making it it made it a little confusing. There's a little bit of a learning curve there, that's for sure. Okay. So we'll see. What else is going on in the news?
I feel like we've been talking about Gears of War a lot lately.
Actually, yeah, we have actually. yeah. I just thought about that.
We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
The Gears of War game designer Cliff Bleszinski returning to creative arts with a 6-part comic book dubbed Scrapper. Makes more sense. So it's a sci-fi adventure where the dogs are the main characters. It's not people-y. There's no people. And it's been described as a mix between Brian K. Vaughan's Pride of Baghdad and Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, which is wild considering all of your main characters are dogs.
Wow, look at that art though.
Right?
That's cool.
So he will be having company with Alex DeCampi and Sandy Jarrell working on this, coming to comic shops from Image Comics in July. And it's worth pointing out this is kind of his first foray into creative arts since he closed down his self-titled video game publishing company in 2018, which is quite a while ago.
Huh. Very cool. Sorry, my computer's going off. Actually, you know what? I didn't see until I saw the artwork. I was like, oh, okay, it's a book from a Gears of War guy. Now I see it, I'm like, actually, you know, I might be into that.
Right? Giving Stray Dogs vibes.
Give him Stray Dogs. Yeah, that's true. Stray Dogs vibes for sure. Sam Keith. I've been told his name is Sam Keith, not Sam Keith. I've been saying it wrong for years. You're a 90s baby, so maybe you remember this. Do you remember a show called The Max on MTV? You might have been too young for it. I don't know.
I was too young for it.
Okay. So, long story short, The Max was based off a comic book. Actually, I would say it was probably the Image comic that got me actually into Image Comics and maybe give it a second try.
Okay.
Because I was a staunch, like, those guys left Marvel. I'm not, you know, I was in that camp.
Right.
But Sam Keith, artist, writer, creator of The Max, worked on a bunch of Marvel stuff back in the day, has worked on Batman and versus The Max for IDW for a couple of years now. I think he even did like a Hulk thing cross for Marvel. Word has it, this isn't official, but word has it that he's retired. Like he's retired from making comics. I caught wind of this online. Someone in the comments had talked to, I believe it was the publisher of Clover Press, who Sam Keith had been working with for quite a while, says his editor tried to get a hold of him to do a cover, and he basically said he had retired from comic art. And so no fanfare, just there you are. Now, this is all secondhand, mind you.
Yeah.
And, you know, comic book artists retire like wrestlers do. So we shall see.
Do it for the plot.
You know, exactly. There you go. So we shall see. But I just thought that was pretty interesting because if he has retired, that's kind of it's kind of a blower. Like he's one of those guys who has a very unique style that was unique to not just comics but just art in general. So yeah, keep an eye out, guys. See what's up with Sam Keith. I'm not sure. Also, I'm really excited for this. I keep saying no more toys. No more toys.
That's
no more
dumb.
statues.
Why would you say that to yourself?
Because I don't have the space for them.
But they're cool.
The comics are already taken over.
Yeah.
It's already a lot. But Diamond Select Toys, I just saw this past week, has some Indiana Jones figures, and they're like PVC statues specifically. They're doing the jumbo figure, which I think is a throwback to the Kenner stuff back in the day. They've got some mini bus floating around right now, but they've also got some really cool PVC statues that are actually affordable.
The not affordable bust is insane.
No, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. That bust is about $200. Actually, there's two of them. Actually, I didn't even catch that. Johnny was eyeballing the Golden Idol, which
hilarious.
It's a bank on top of that. That's kind of great. I didn't realize that. And then there's a $130 bust. Also, got to point out, DST in these faces, they have been landing.
Yeah.
They've been sticking the landing on this. I've always been a big fan of Temple of Doom. And so that one of him on the bridge is actually really impressive to me. So
click on it, Johnny. Oh, sorry.
Just trying to load.
Didn't mean to
Although,
be impatient.
also the Raiders one looks pretty great too. So yeah, $80. I might be willing to roll the dice on this.
To your point, I've seen a lot of figures at cons and in my travels that have very, very wonky faces.
Wonky faces, absolutely, yes.
This is a really good face.
That's a really good face.
It's a really detailed
Like
face.
that looks like Harrison Ford. So yeah, I'm just a big fan of this. I just want to point this out. I believe it's the Temple of Doom one is currently available to order through Previews World.
Okay.
I'm not sure when the Raiders one will be. I also saw the jumbo figures available through Previews World, so you can get it at your local comic shop. And I also saw that one of the mini busts was also available. So go to previersworld.com/search and just type in Indiana Jones from Diamond Select Toys. Take a look at it. It's one of those things where, like, I think maybe there weren't like great Indiana Jones toys when I was a kid. So
that's a bummer.
Yeah. So and like of course like then the franchise disappeared for several years.
Right. Yeah.
And by the time it came back around, I wasn't interested anymore. So I just really love how detailed those are, and I think those are really cool. Indiana Jones is my guy. We know this, right? We already talked about this.
Got a couple more comments.
We got in the comments section. What's going on, guys?
Fantastic Four is chiming in saying, "No way! I just joined and instantly heard a Wedding Crashers reference." Thank you, John. You're welcome, Stan.
Yes, you did.
He also is saying about Scrapper. He wants to know how the dogs have so much infrastructure without thumbs.
Valid question. Who is building these skyscrapers?
That's a good point. Maybe they're mutant dogs. Maybe they're robot dogs.
It's a reverse telling of the human-canine relationship.
Oh, where the dogs are on top?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be very uncomfy, but would make a really interesting comic book.
So a little bit of, I was going to say Insomnia. No, what was that book? Marguerite Bennett had at Aftershock. The ones.
Animosity.
Animosity. There you go.
Oof, Animosity was uncomfy too. That's a great book.
Hey, that was another one. There was going to be a movie of that. I wonder what happened with that. I think that would have been very popular, actually. All right, so let's jump on over to trailer. So we got something exclusive here. If you've been looking at our feed already, you probably already saw that the news is breaking. There's a new Funko Pop on the scene, and it's something perfect for all you 90s X-Men fans. I think I've been referencing the 90s a lot this episode. So
I feel like we've talked about this specific X-Men, I don't want to give away what it is. This specific X-Men era has gotten a lot of coverage on the show.
Yeah, lately, especially lately. Well, it's the 60th anniversary of the X-Men, and while 1991 wasn't 60 years ago, that is also a major milestone in those characters as well, next to 1975 and 1963. So check this out. Here's a trailer for an upcoming Funko Pop that's available right now. I'm not going to show you or tell you yet. I'm going to let Natasha do it because she's really excited. Check it out.
Canon Doll X here with a first look from Funko. Thanks, mysterious hands. Let's go ahead and unbox this. I have no idea what's inside. Let's get all this out of there. Oh my gosh. It is X-Men Wolverine with the complete comic book little setup on the background. I love these. It comes in a hard case. He looks so cool. It's Wolverine in his comic book suit from 1991's X-Men #1 by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee. This is fully set up to be a display piece, which is really, really cool. And this honestly comes at a great time because X-Men is celebrating 60 years, which is just phenomenal. So as a kid, I totally had this issue, and if you didn't know, there was 4 total covers with this. They all connected, it made one giant poster, and I really hope that this is where this is going. Don't forget, this is a previews exclusive that you can find at your friendly local comic shop or toy store.
And as you can see, raise this up a little bit. I actually got the physical copy. I'm surprised Natasha didn't run off with this, actually.
Right.
Natasha, huge X-Men fan. These are cool. This is actually, like I said, celebrating 60 years of X-Men. So they're pinpointing this particular milestone. This may or may not be one in a series, as Natasha teased. So I would say keep an eye out. You can pre-order this right now. Go to our website, preesworld.com. Check out the website. You can order your local comic shop, of course.
Was that a secret?
No, it wasn't a secret.
Okay.
I saw the email.
I sent out a press release this morning that was very firm in there's others in this series.
Well, if it is a secret, we probably screwed it up because it was there's a tease on the website, and I definitely saw an email saying we're going to talk about that. So we'll see. But if so, Funko, come for me. It's my fault. Sorry, guys. I don't think it's a secret. Whatever.
It's the first one in a series, but I don't think we're saying who else is participating.
Yeah, well, we're not saying that, right? Also, I said it might be.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know anything.
Who am I to say?
I don't know stuff. But yeah, check it out. Anyway, you can pre-order at your local comic shop right now. You can also, if you have Preesworld Pull Box in your stores participating, you can go direct. You don't even have to leave the house. Just go ahead and use Preesworld Pull Box and pre-order yours right now. And these are exclusive to us, as you can see with the little PX there in the corner.
It's limited too. Does it say what the limited count is? It's 20K or something?
It's something 20K something like that, yeah. But yeah, keep an eye out. And some more details on our website right now, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
Couple more comments.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ubaldo is checking in. He's saying hello, everybody.
What's up, Ubaldo?
Annie Fox is saying she loves her enthusiasm about Natasha.
She's very excited.
I was actually saying my favorite moment is when I was telling Johnny this earlier, my favorite moment is she doesn't know what's in the box. She legit does not know. And then she saw it and she immediately took the box that the box was in and just tossed it aside.
Yeah, she's
just aggressively, out of my way. I want to see this toy. That's Natasha for real, guys. That's not even for the cameras.
And then we also have a comment from Naomi who's wondering where the comments are coming from. And that's because we're not just streaming to Facebook. We stream to other places like YouTube. So
yes, absolutely.
There are
YouTube,
other people
Twitch,
watching on other avenues than where you're watching.
Facebook, Free Comic Book Days Facebook, Preesworld's Facebook, yeah. Get good with us. Come on, Naomi. Join the party. All right, let's get into some asinine arguments. You ready for this? Am I ready for this? Because I already can tell by the expression on your face that you got something cooking.
It's actually so dumb.
Okay. Those are the best ones, though.
Okay, great.
So, all right, let's get into it. Asinine arguments time.
This is one of those questions where I cannot even begin to explain how I came up with this or what happened in my brain. So I just went for it. So I wanted to figure out who among our heroes would be a successful debater. So I've presented a debate topic and the debaters, and I need you guys to help me pick, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the debate topic is a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay.
Which of these 4 people could convince you of that point? Who of these 4 people could convince you that a hot dog is a sandwich?
Already I'm eliminating Captain America.
He could not convince you that a hot dog is a
We
sandwich.
already know that Captain America is not fun.
He doesn't like fun.
He doesn't like fun.
All right.
So maybe Mando too is probably eliminated.
Do you know what? Look, I would maybe, I was thinking about maybe picking Mando just because, like, I immediately am going to regret what I'm about to say next.
Go ahead, I want to hear it.
Like, the sexy bedroom voice that is the Mando, like, if he was just like, a hot dog is a sandwich. This is the way. I'd be like, you're right. You got me.
There's a meme. I have not seen the last episode. Have you seen the most recent episode?
No.
Oh, or the episode from last week, I guess.
Nope.
But there's definitely people drooling over something he said to Bo-Katan. I don't know what it is.
I'll be watching it tonight.
But I've definitely seen people getting real thirsty over something he said to Bo-Katan recently.
Can't wait to join that club. I'm sure I will.
Calm down. Johnny, where's the fan? I don't know, Johnny, where do you fall on this? This is a tough one. I mean, I feel like Harley Quinn would be the most amusing answer.
I don't know, like, why are you saying not Captain America? Because I feel like he would give like some kind of moving speech, like he did at the end of, or when they're about to time travel in Endgame.
Right. Yeah. Actually, that's a good
This
point.
is the fight of our lives. One trip, no do-overs.
Right.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
hot dog
I was
is a
like,
sandwich.
okay, all right, let's go.
I'm in.
It's not pork; it's pork byproduct. But okay, all right. Okay, you know what? You have a point.
Well, let's actually. I want to put it to the people
Rousing.
in the chat. Let's see what they think. So
Yeah.
let us know like which of these choices they believe. Would
Yeah,
be the
chat,
good choice.
definitely chime into this because I want to know what you guys think. I feel Harley Quinn would get the most overly elaborate, disconnected answer.
That made no sense at all, but
That
also
made no-
perfect sense.
But also, it would come together at the
Yeah.
very, very end. So,
Oh man, I
That's a
remember
tough
that time you made me watch Birds of Prey, whatever that movie's called.
I was convinced that we had to talk about it.
Well, we did.
We talked about it, but I don't remember us actually really talking about it. It was just sort of like we saw it and we were like, "That was a movie."
Yeah.
That was about it.
It happened.
It happened.
Negan
man.
is super charismatic, though. That's his whole jam.
Yeah, that's true. You're a good point. That's true. And I mean, I guess he would probably try to threaten to kill somebody if they don't agree with him.
If he does the charismatic speech and it doesn't land, he can
Right.
always resort to the backup plan of
Violence.
threatened murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's think about this actually, because like based on who's arguing these points, how are you going to feel afterwards with Negan? Are you going to actually believe him, or are you just going to like do what he says because you're feeling
Right,
threatened?
just going to do it out of peer pressure.
Ruled by
Out of
fear.
pure pressure. Oh, man. You know, Johnny convinced me, actually. I'm going to go with Captain America.
I maintain Mando for the reasons I previously stated.
This is, no.
So what I'm hearing is you don't want me to see if there's any Mandalorian Bo-Katan fan fiction for next week.
I'm sure there is. I don't think it started last week. I'm pretty certain there is.
Should I look it up right now?
It's probably
in
I'm not gonna
real
say what I'm gonna
time.
say. Please don't. Please don't.
Why not?
Absolutely. I mean, we already know it exists. I'm sure. Give us something juicy but okay for the show.
You want me to read out?
To read on it. Just the title.
Oh, the titles of fan fiction usually kind of suck, though.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
But-
there's 164 works
There's
on
definitely
Archive of
there's probably
Horror.
one where the Mandalorian gives birth to Grogu. This is the type of stuff you guys do. Don't think I don't know. I know.
By the way,
The accusation.
You people. That's what you guys do.
By the way, this leads into this next comment pretty nicely. Stantastic 4 is saying Mando is going to intimate me into submission. I don't want to debate someone covered in Beskar. I think he means intimidate.
Intimidate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But intimate, I don't know.
He's gonna
I mean,
intimidate
also
me.
intimate, maybe.
I'm not happy with this.
Man-
Is it Pedro Pascal's voice? Because you can't see his face.
Yeah, but I know what
But you
Pedro
still know
Pascal
it's
looks
Pedro
like, and
Pascal.
he's a
Okay.
hottie.
Okay, all right, fine again. All right.
I would like to be clear, I'm not the only person that thinks that. I'm
know
in the
you're not.
vast majority with that
I know
opinion.
you're not. I know. I saw that SNL skit about him being internet daddy or something like
Yes.
that. And I was like, this is so much.
Yeah, and then he went on Graham Norton and doubled down on it.
Yes, he did. He did. I saw that too. You're absolutely right about that.
Annie Fox is saying Mando for the same reason as Ashton.
There you go.
Good reason.
Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather.
Ibaldo is saying, what hot dog? Sorry, I ate it already.
Okay, fair enough.
He's saying, sorry, I was hungry.
No, no problem.
Killed our debate, though.
Right now, there's no debate at all.
Stantastic 4 saying, please don't look for it. I can assure you it exists.
Oh,
It found me.
it found you.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Man. And I'm pretty reckless with my Google searches, and like, it has not found me yet. I just know it exists.
It does.
has to exist.
No,
yes.
it does. It does.
absolutely does.
I'll send you one later.
No.
I'll screen them for you.
That's
Right.
so noble of you.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
really
personally
taking
screen
one
it.
for the team.
Personally screen. You know what we need? We need like an episode. We just need like one video of Ashton talking about fan fiction. I feel like that's like a thing that we should do.
Okay, I'll do it.
Explaining fan fiction to people.
I'll do it.
We need to do that. I'm not even joking. I'm serious.
Okay.
I think that's a public service announcement that is waiting to be had.
Done.
Only if she reads it in a dramatic voice, a la James Lipton inside the actor's studio.
That too, absolutely. Yeah, like I'm serious. I'm gonna hold you to this. We're gonna think about this and what
I
this
will
looks like.
seriously do it.
I think we should do this. I think this is actually great.
Annie Fox is saying hot dogs are gross.
My love of hot dogs has diminished over the years.
My experience with hot dogs, I like hot dogs, but that's because I only ever have them at specific, like 4th of July, baseball games.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah.
I don't have hot dogs are not a common occurrence, but they're associated with a good time.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. Where
Did
where
we
gonna-
vote?
We
Did
did
we-
not vote at all.
No, we're
I was-
still going over the
was gonna-
comments.
Oh, is this
Oh,
more
that's right.
comments?
Okay.
Yeah, Stantastic 4 is saying he definitely meant intimidate.
Okay.
But anyway, back to
Sure.
the
We don't believe you, Stan. All right. So
We're doing Captain America.
we're gonna do Captain
Okay.
America. Johnny and I are saying Captain America.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Between Captain America and Harley Quinn for some reason.
That's
Yes, for some
insane.
reason.
That's only a 0.7% difference.
What in God's name? You're absolutely right. For some reason, right? That is so strange. Okay, all right. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
people have not. I suggest, Ashton, that you go back and quote retweet this and be like, "But Pedro Pascal." Let's see what happens.
Done. I'm gonna do it right after the show.
just grease the wheel a little bit, you know. All right.
We should go into some of the comments, though, actually.
Oh, below. Oh
Ooh.
God. Okay, let's hear this.
have
Okay,
time, let's do
Jay, the real TK4370 is saying a hot dog is a
We're not
taco.
doing this. We're not doing this. Get out of here.
We don't
Jay.
have that much time.
No, absolutely not.
If Steve Rogers believes something, then that's all I need to know.
I mean, that is
respect.
America's ass.
Dustman1138 saying Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Matt Johnson saying hot diggity dog.
That's a perfect use of GIF.
I think that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Right there you go.
Can we
You
change
got
our
me.
vote? Tim O'Connor saying Optimus Prime.
Okay.
A robot. Do robots eat hot
It
dogs?
doesn't. I don't think I could trust Optimus Prime's taste in food.
Don't they drink motor oil?
I don't know what they drink. They drink
they eat-
Energon cubes, right? Isn't that that's how they sustain their life.
Hot
They
dogs are
sand
dogs are the God-given right of every sentient being.
What if an Energon cube tastes like a hot dog? That'd be kind of weird.
That'd be wild.
What was that last one? Can we? Or,
I don't need to convince you a hot dog is a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
See, look, you
Lame.
guys. No, we're not doing this. I don't need. Focus on the question at hand. Like you
Don't
guys.
go
are-
on side quests.
You guys are starting fights that don't need to be fought. Like I don't even know where this hot dog is a taco, hot dog is a sandwich thing even came from. I'm not with it.
One time my mom asked me if cereal was soup, and I was like, I'm leaving.
I'm gonna need your mom to explain this one, please. What? Oh God. Sorry. We're doing a show. I need to get it together. I don't know why that was so funny. Cereal is soup. Wow. Nothing's real anymore. That's it. We're done.
We still have more comments coming.
Oh, God.
God. People feel strongly about this. Okay.
Well, Ubaldo is saying about the fan fiction, he's down.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Stantastic Four is not afraid to admit Pedro Pascal is in my top 3 man crushes.
Yeah, 100% yes.
Annie
a
Fox
good-looking
is
guy.
saying Arlen would say something rude, but then saying she means Harley. So Arlen
Oh, Harlan.
And Stantastic Four agreeing Cyril is a soup.
Oh my God.
Oh
that's too
man,
soon.
that's not what I meant. I didn't
too
mean to
soon.
start a whole other
It's a
thing.
whole other thing now, Z. Let's move on to
And we do have like one more that I'm going to address is that Naomi is also saying that we need to use our platform to promote our local comic shop. And it's funny that you mentioned that because we're about to do that
exactly
as we
Right?
do every week.
Exactly. Naomi, why are you coming for her so hard? Like,
You can. I'll show you
just chill out.
I'll show you the comments later after the show.
Okay.
Being a
Just
hater
calm
in the
down.
comments.
Naomi,
Yeah.
we're just here to have a good time. That's
You
all
know,
right.
not every part of this company does the exact same thing or deals with everything. So
Right,
we're here to have fun and enjoy what we do, and that's talking about comics. You got a gripe, you can take it somewhere else.
Somewhere else. All right.
Take it to Twitter with all the rest of
Right,
the gripes
yeah.
in the
That's
world.
what it's there for.
That's where the griping
Oh
happens.
man, there was a rabbit hole. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh,
There was a rabbit hole I fell down the other day. I was like, Twitter is wild. Anyway.
Oh wait, what have we started? Ubaldo saying cereal is cold soup.
If you believe.
And he says
You
not before
believe.
the milk, not after the milk, not ever.
Okay.
A lot of conviction in that, Annie. I
That
appreciate
is, yes,
that.
absolutely. Let's just move on to Comic Shop Shout Out because we're going to be here forever. Cereal
right.
soup.
This week's comic shop shout out goes to Umbrella Comics and Collectibles in Covington, Louisiana. Comes from Mark Langorand. There we go. Langorand.
Nailed it.
Third time's a charm. We'll show you some pictures inside of Umbrella Comics and Collectibles during the credits roll. You can check out their shop if you want us to shout out your local comic book shop on the show. Find us on social media, tag your shop. If they don't have a handle, just use their name. And use the hashtag #SupportYourLCS. We'll find your local comic book shop, shout them out on the show, and we'll give them some love.
Naomi. Anyway, let me stop being salty. I said I wasn't going to be grumpy this week. I'm not grumpy this week. I'm gonna be nice.
We just made Troy grumpy again.
You just made me grumpy
Dang
again.
it!
I got through a whole Indiana Jones conversation and didn't get
Right.
upset. And here we are because of the hot dog.
hot dog.
No, I'm sorry. The cereal soup hot
cereal
dog
is what got
a
you.
sandwich. That's the thing that triggered me. Over on our website, well, actually, first of all, this is your reminder, like, follow, and subscribe. You can hang out with me at Previews World, and that's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can hang out with Ashton over at
Free Comic Book Day, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I will remind you endlessly until May 6th that Free Comic Book Day is rapidly approaching and you should go to your local comic shop.
So May 7th, no excuses.
I'll be yelling at people on May 7th if you ask me when Free Comic Book Day is.
I've been here every single week telling you guys. So over on the website for previewsworld.com where I hang out at, there's an interview for this book called Soko, which I love the covers for this book, by the way. And so the concept here is actually, this is a Serbian cop drama.
Ooh, that guy looks like Archie.
It actually does look like Archie, actually. And actually, it's interesting because the other guy actually, in other shots, looks like Jeff Bridges. Like, he looks like ballhead Jeff Bridges from Iron Man.
All right, I will read this based on just those
based
two
on Archie
pieces
and
of
Jeff Bridges.
information.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's all I needed.
And Obadiah Stane. But yeah, this is a new one from Sumerian, who I'm actually found out recently is undergoing a revamp of some sort. Like, they shut down their website. It was like, we're coming back with something new. And I'm like, all
Okay,
right, interesting.
cool.
Go
Yeah, I
for
haven't
it.
heard from them in a while.
But yeah, this is a new series. The writer, Steve Ekstrom, is he's a co-writer actually. Gives a deep dive into what to expect from this series. It's described as a spiral into depravity.
Oh, you
And
do love those kinds of
I
comics.
do enjoy those type of comics, but it depends on what it is though. Because if it's like some crime fiction type depravity, I don't know if I'm down for that. That can get a little hairy after a while.
We'll read Nemesis, we'll not read this.
Yeah, right. Because Nemesis is kind of like, it's like fantasy. It's like goofy. Like
Body
it just,
horror.
It's like, yeah, I mean, but actually, I guess there's some body horror Nemesis as well. But Soko is, just an interesting new crime drama from your people at Sumerian. Cool interview. Check it out. It's on our website now. Also, I just want to remind you guys to Start Here is a thing. It's something that we do every Monday. Where we basically run down the new #1s that are available at your local comic shop, particularly the ones that are already in high supply, right?
Yeah.
So you get a rundown of just like the stuff that is readily available at your local comic shop that Wednesday, but we make the announcements on Monday. And so like there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm actually curious about this All 8 Eyes book on top of that. There is an Avengers Assemble Omega #1 as well, written by Jason Aaron actually, and some other cool stuff. So it's just kind of like an opportunity to kind of be like, hey, you're looking for something new to read? Here you go, start here.
Oh, Street Fighter's starting its whole
That's right, yeah.
shebang.
Actually, I don't think that's part of the Street Fighter
No.
6 thing.
Oh,
I
no,
think
it's
this is its
not.
own separate thing. But yeah, so check that out. That's on our website every Monday. And that is it for Previews World Weekly. We're a little early this time.
Are we?
Yeah, we've been running late these last couple episodes. So
We made up for it.
we made up for it, and we will not make up for it again next week. I am one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen,
I'm your other host, Ashton Greenwood.
and soup is probably cereal. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
If you want it to be.
If you want it to be. You know, guys, just believe whatever you want to believe. It's okay. Nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Except for fan fiction.
We'll see you all at the spinner rack. Bye.
Don't forget that you can catch Previews World Weekly streaming live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific at Previews World on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.